It's no secret that I don't like a floral because I love them. I have flowers everywhere in the house if I can, especially dried flowers like pampas, and we are starting to see pampas everywhere in weddings, even jewellery design and around the house. So I really want to do a simple design because remember, pampas, it's just a grass. It's really, really sort of simple. It's not complicated like a rose or anything like that, but it's still uniquely beautiful, and this design is completely based on that. For this Pampas nail design, I am going in with HONA's Pampas, I know, but I tell you what, this shade is beautiful on so many skin tones, and I am just so in love with this shade. So I'm using this Purebuild, and you need to do paper thin layer, cure for 30 seconds, and then you build it up. And remember, HONA's Purebuild self levels, it is just a winner. After removing that inhibition layer with a bit of acetone, you want to take your fine liner and your favourite white detail paint. So I've got my H liner brush by Nail Lux, can't speak, and then I'm going in with this beautiful white detail paint by HONA, and I am forming my pampas. So basically what you want to do, press down, move forward, drag it out and take the pressure off because you want it nice and thin for the stems. I'm not too worried that the stem is too thin there because I can add more branches and go over the top but still keep it so it's a very light look. I'm just going around and seeing if there's any gaps. Now, when you look at pampas, it tends to look fairly clustered at the top of, I suppose, its stem. And I think the key thing is making sure when you do this, keeping that stem very, very light, very thin. So making sure that you are taking the pressure off. Remember, you can always add a little bit more detail paint as well if you do need it. And I'm just going to start a little section here to help balance out the whole look of the nail. So I'm just pressing down and dragging, and you can see that when you lift the pressure you end up with this lovely soft line. So I want to try and make it so the thickness is near the top of the pampas, and just keeping that stem ever so light, ever so crisp. But this is what it's looking like now. So there's a little gap down here, pressing forward, dragging down, pressing forward and dragging down, and there we have it. Now looking at that, slightly imbalanced, so we're going to come round this other side. Now you could do this by drawing your stem first and then adding almost your petal-like shapes for the plumes or feathers as they're called. But honestly, I find that you're going to get a lighter look if you use the majority of the detail paint on your brush for the plumes and then dragging that excess lightly down for the stem, because it's just going to make it look a lot lighter rather than having a lot of paint on your brush or not enough and then you're almost getting too thick a branch. But whatever works for you. And this is why I say go experiment, have a play, and just find out what works for you in the end, because we're all different. Now I'm going to use Quick Dip acrylic powder. This is in clear, and I'm going to use my cuticle pusher to sprinkle it all over our detail that we've just done. Now I haven't cured it beforehand, this is still fresh, and this is what's going to really help us get that beautiful texture, especially when we add our matte top coat. So I'm just making sure that I've covered the whole of the pampas that we've just created, and then I'm tipping it up, giving it a little shake, cure for 60 seconds, and then give it a good old wipe with your duster brush. And there we have it. We want to make sure that there is no acrylic powder on there, so really, really wipe off anything that has not adhered, and then go in with your favourite non-white top coat, and this is HONA's matte non-white top coat because I really want to make it so we have this beautiful contrast, and also reference back to the fact that we're looking at pampas, and pampas we see in a lot of dried flowers sort of arrangements and things like that. So I really wanted to recreate it rather than have a high shine, and there we have it. A pampas look using HONA's Purebuild pampas. Oh, I'd love to hear your feedback. Do leave a message in the comments below. Plus, don't forget to subscribe for more nail art inspiration. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!